Greetings, Zombie Slayers, Sleepy Jim here. Welcome back to my solo high-round strategy guide for the map The Giant in Black Ops 3 Zombies. We are just starting round 19 here by camping at Teleporter C. We're going to trigger the teleporter as soon as we get overrun here, which probably won't take that long. And then the reason we're doing this is we want to creep up from the teleporter, but getting into round 19, we've probably got a very low chance now of getting drops, but we'll see how we go. It's as good a time as any to try it out anyway. And once we get teleported back to the mainframe, we are going to quickly check what we get, if anything, here. And we've got double points. That's actually not too bad. Book it as fast as we can for the catwalk again. So we're going to head up this way, and we can camp probably just here on the ledge and try and take out some zombies while the double points are still going. Once again, once we get overrun here, we just drop down the ledge, and then we'll head straight up to the catwalk. Now, in some of the higher rounds, you want to be super careful going up the stairs onto the catwalk, because what can happen is you can get zombies that have spawned in that window up there that will come down the stairs and block you off, sandwich you between the zombies chasing you. So just be careful of that. What I like to do if I'm going to head up to that catwalk area in the higher rounds, because you got to remember, at a certain point, your weapons are going to stop killing zombies. You're going to have to rely on the traps. We're talking about around 50, 60, 70 onwards. So if you get blocked off, there's nothing you can do. I mean, the Wonder-Off might help you out, or monkey bombs, but that's about it. So what I like to do is kind of look up at that window as I head towards the catwalk area, and just wait for any zombies that spawn in there to jump down so they're not going to block me off. Anyway, we are going to teleport again here and see if we can get another lucky drop. But no, it's the Carpenter. Carpenter actually had a little bit of usefulness in these older maps. This isn't an old map, obviously, but it's a remake of an old map. Boarding up windows actually had its uses in certain maps. In the newer zombies, like from Black Ops 2 and onwards, really, it was pretty useless. In fact, there's some maps where you didn't board up windows hardly at all. But, so Carpenter as a drop is pretty useless, really. Or it became very useless. Definitely not one of the better drops to get. Anyway, we are going to camp up here on the catwalk as long as we can. Now, talking about this technique, by the way, basically you want to go for the headshots when you are camping with a sniper like this. Now, camping on this catwalk solo, you've got to cover the zombies coming from the left out of that window, as well as the zombies coming up the stairs. So they're two different fields of fire, if you like, where you've got to aim the sniper rifle. You've got to switch between those two. Rather than moving the right stick, if you're playing on console, across to the zombies coming from a window, and then back to the zombies coming up the stairs. The best way to do it, and this is going to be particularly easy if you have the stock attachment on your sniper, is to simply move the left movement stick and strafe across and back again. And that way, although you will get screwed up a little bit by the aim assist, that's the best way of easily adjusting your aim. Although it's not exactly super difficult to do, since you're only aiming in two directions up there. Alright, anyway, that is the end of round 21, and we are going to teleport and head back to the mainframe once again. You can see there's a pattern emerging here, we're getting quite a few drops still, so it's not too bad. But they will get super rare as we get into the higher rounds, and it just happens to be a dog round. So yeah, we'll take these guys out, we'll get some ammo for the Bahamut, which is just as well because it was getting rather low. And then we'll be able to get back to camping like a boss on the catwalk. So obviously, if you're joining this series late, you might be thinking, hang on a second, this is not really a high round strategy, because if you camp on the catwalk solo, there's going to be a point where you're simply not going to be able to kill the zombies fast enough, and that means you're not going to be able to camp up there, which means you're not going to be able to get to high rounds just camping solo on the catwalk. That is true. That is absolutely true. I'm not denying that, but the reason I'm posting this strategy here to start with, and I'll be showing more advanced training strategies in the final episode after this one, The reason I'm showing this one is that a lot of people seem to find this little strategy useful because you can actually get to a decent round, like round 35 or so, very easily doing this. So a lot of people, believe it or not, round 30 plus is a super high round for them, and they have difficulty getting to that high round, particularly newer players. So this is for those guys that want to get to that sort of a round very, very simply on this map and get up the leaderboards against their friends or get a better personal best or whatever. But trust me, I'm also going to show you in this game, as well as the second game in the last episode of this series, for more advanced players, particularly players that can run fairly tight trains, how to get to as high a round as you want to go to before boredom kicks in, or your console or your PC decides to end the game for you or whatever. So rest assured, this guide will be useful for those sort of players as well that want to get into those really high rounds. Okay, got into a little bit of trouble there. So decided to chuck a monkey out, and it's an insta-kill, so I'll chuck some grenades down there as well. Should take out a bunch of zombies doing that. And we get a max ammo down there as well. Remember, I have monkey bombs, which is actually pretty lucky. Unless they've buffed the drop rate from the mystery box, like they are kind of hard to get these days in Giant. But obviously useful for stuff like that if you see a max ammo where it can be difficult to get to. In plain sight will also serve the same purpose if you need to pick up a max ammo or whatever as well. Okay, so once again we're going to race up here to this spot again. And we're going to spend a little bit of time camping up here on the ledge and then drop down when we get overrun, head back up to the catwalk and kind of rinse and repeat. At least while we have ammo left in our Bahamut, this is what we're going to be doing. Once we run out of ammo in that thing though, because I don't have a second sniper rifle, we're going to have to run some trains, and I'll show you guys how to do that as well in this gameplay. Which can be used, basically the strategy for that, which I'll show you a little bit later on, Kennel, once it becomes a little bit too difficult to hold off on this catwalk area. But I actually enjoy this kind of camping strategy sometimes in zombies. It's a lot of fun, because you're killing a ton of zombies really quickly. It feels kind of good, because traps feel a little bit cheap sometimes, even though they do kill tons of zombies really easily. So you can see we're not really getting the drops now. Like every now and then we might get one, but it's going to get very, very rare. Now it's probably unlikely that I'll get lucky enough to get a perk bottle drop. But well, that's the thing with RNG. Anyway, we're back up here. We'll chuck a couple of trip mines back there again. So basically just rinse and repeat with those things. And see how we go. Going for those headshots on the catwalk again. Once you get in the zone with this though, it's actually pretty easy to get those headshots and the collaterals going. And you can see here why turned is so good. Like the reason that I like to have turned on my sniper here doing this strategy where you're camping is that whenever you get that critical hit and get a turned zombie going, it gives you a breather where you can reload your weapon without the risk of getting overrun by the zombies. And as you get into the higher rounds, you actually get more chance of getting a turned zombie because you're not instantly killing every single zombie. Okay, we get a nuke, gonna take that now, and we're just trying to get through the rounds as quickly as we can at this point, so we're definitely gonna hit all the nukes that we can get. And teleporting again, still trying to get that perk bottle drop, but not too much luck. I'll probably just hit the teleporter at the end of every round now. And then get as quickly as we can back up to the catwalk area. So that's what you have to watch out for right there. Like if you were in past round 50, you would get blocked off and there'd be nothing you can do at that point. So you want to avoid that happening at all costs. And really I should have stopped and waited to see if any zombies were spawning out of that window before I ran up the stairs. But at this stage of the game, we can still shoot our way out of trouble with this. So it's no big deal. Yeah, I don't know what you guys, how you seasoned zombie slayers feel about Black Ops 3 Zombies. I know a lot of people were kind of complaining, the long-time zombie players were complaining when Black Ops 2 Zombies first came out about that and TranZit and all that stuff. And there was some valid points made. But Black Ops 3 to me is definitely better than Black Ops 2 Zombies. There were some epic Black Ops 2 Zombies maps later on though, like obviously Origins and those maps. But the early maps were just, some of them were just kind of like, almost like afterthoughts. Like we had Farm, we had Bus Depot, those maps. Even TranZit. I mean, TranZit had a lot of good stuff, sort of innovations in it, but I don't know if it's anyone's favorite map. But Black Ops 3 is kind of good. Like, I'm really glad they introduced some brand new stuff, like the Gobblegum, into it. Even if it's kind of like, it's kind of like set up to get the microtransactions going. But from my understanding of it, it wasn't really Treyarch, the developers, that wanted the microtransactions, so much as the publisher that kind of forced it upon them. So anyway, I just wish you could get more than 2 liquid divinium per game like you used to be able to. It kind of sucks. Like you can get 2 liquid divinium by about round 20, and then you could go on to like round 80 or whatever and still only have the 2 liquid divinium you got for that game. And I don't think that's fair. Like, they don't really reward players for getting to really, really high rounds. I think they should do that more because, I mean, if you get to round 100 or whatever, there should be some substantial reward. Like, even if it's an achievement or a calling card or something like that. The trouble is I don't think too many people would be able to get it, but I still think it would be good. Even if it was a secret one that didn't count towards the gamer score or whatever, I think that would be a pretty cool way of recognizing people that do get to the really high rounds. Because there's no real mechanic for that right now. I mean, if you look at all the challenges that they have in Zombies, there's no real difficult ones. They're just like grindy type ones, you know. Kill X number of zombies with this, like Pack-a-Punch ability, or use X Gobblegum so many times. Those sort of achievements, they're not really that hard. They just take a while to grind out. I always think that they should have more challenging achievements for zombies. Like, the original World at War Zombies did actually have some relatively challenging achievements that you can get, like Perkaholics Anonymous and some of that stuff. Like, because it was new, some of those were actually fairly difficult to get as a new player. Alright, so still teleporting here and there, but not getting too much in the way of drops. It's no big deal anyway. I mean, the only benefit it would really give me is if I got stamina up, and that would be kind of a luxury, but it would be a little bit helpful, but definitely not necessary, especially for this strategy that we're using right now in the game. And anyway, we should get a max ammo out of this dog round. Just set ourselves up here for the next round. And there we go. So, even the non-Pack-a-Punch VMP, you're taking out dogs pretty easy with this thing. So now I don't really have to spend my points on anything else. I might as well use it to teleport every now and then to try and get the perk bottle drop. But later on, you kind of want to save a buffer of points for the traps. But if you're using the VMP to build points anyway later on, when you're running trains and stuff, you should have more than enough points to keep running the traps fairly regularly. Alright, back to camping, getting those headshots. Oh, Zakruta. Nice. So yeah, this is the PS4. I actually, before I went away on holiday recently, like I've been away for about 4 or 5 weeks, and Zombies came out a week before I left, so I was able to get up to the point of prestiging on PC. But when I got back from holiday recently, I've set up my PS4 version of the game as well. And I've had to grind all the way back up to the first prestige for PS4, getting my gobble gums and all that stuff. So I was actually kind of glad that they announced the fact you could buy COD points to get liquid divinium and stuff like that, because I've already got a ton of gobble gum on the PC, but grinding it out again for PS4 as well is kind of a bit of a chore. Especially now that they've nerfed the amount of liquid divinium you get per game. Alright, so we're going to get a lot more procs of the turned zombie from our... I think it's officially called alternate ammo. That effect you get from the double pack punch. I don't know if that's really going to catch on though, but... we should get a lot more procs of that, so should give us some breathing space to reload. The trouble is, we are going to start running into ammunition problems. Now we're at round 27. But still no problem. I mean, you can go on to round... I've gone to, I think, round 38 plus, just simply camping here. Mind you, that was with 2 sniper rifles, the Locust as well as this one. So it is a pretty simple, effective strategy. And if you do start running into trouble there on that catwalk, as I said, you can either throw a monkey bomb to get yourself out of trouble. You have to do it quickly though, or use it anywhere but here, gobble gum, or the in plain sight gobble gum. There is a slight delay for the gobble gums to be activated once you take them though, so you have to, like, you can't really stand around wondering whether you should use it or not. You should either, like, even if there's a slight doubt that you're going to get into trouble, you should just pop that gobble gum and get the heck out of there. Live to fight another day. The other good thing about this particular specific strategy that I'm showing you here is that it really helps you rank up. Like, particularly the most XP that you get in zombies in Black Ops 3 is from getting knife kills. So if you do, and and you can see there an example of anywhere but here right there. So I was getting into a little bit of trouble there, and we just got the heck out of there. And fortunately in the Giant, it tends to send you to a teleporter location, so then you can just teleport when the zombies start coming, head back to the mainframe, and then head back to your camping spot again. So there's really no excuse for me now with monkeys and anywhere but here going. Get out of that situation when I need to. But yeah, what was I talking about before that happened? Oh, that's right, the XP. So yeah, the most XP that you can get for ranking up in zombies you get from knife kills. The second most XP you get from headshots. So this particular strategy is actually really good for ranking up because you get the Bowie knife kills at the start, and then you get tons and tons of headshots by using the sniper on the catwalk here. So it's a really good method of ranking up super fast as well. Mind you, the other thing is if you just simply get a ton of kills, you're going to rank up quickly. And also if you get the weapon achievements and stuff like that. So it's a good idea to use a variety of weapons if you want to keep ranking up. I'll probably keep prestiging all the way through to Master Prestige. You don't really get too much of a reward from it, but you might as well do it, right? I mean, who knows, right at the end there might be something extra that they bring in for people who are at Master Prestige in zombies. But at the moment you only get like one unlock, either a weapon that you've ranked up can remain unlocked, or you can choose a gobble gum, one of the standard gobble gums. So what I usually go with for my first prestige is the alchemical antithesis gobble gum. After that, there's not really, because the two maps I use completely different weapons, so there's not really one go-to weapon for both of the maps that are out right now that I would want to unlock permanently. Anyway, that's where we'll leave it for this episode, guys. In the next episode, we're going to finish off this strategy, and then I'm going to show you guys a pretty cool train strategy that is very efficient and will allow you to get to pretty much as high a round as you want to. So please remember to rate and comment. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Sleepy Jim out.